Congratulations on your announcement. Explain to us exactly what you're going to invest this $2.2 billion in.
Yeah, thanks, David. This is a facility here that was put into place in 1985. We've made probably 4 million vehicles here. And so this is it's really quite a facility. It's almost like a city within a city, which is great. And we're redoing the whole plant here to be our highest tech, most forward-looking plant. Everything from our battery electric trucks to the new Cruise Origin, which is our autonomous vehicle that we announced last week. So it is a complete retool of the plant, from body shop to general assembly to the whole infrastructure of the plant. So $2.2 billion in that, and then we'll see a lot of money outside the plant from a supply base to support it, and a lot of jobs. So 2,200 jobs will be put back into this plant. So we couldn't be happier. It's right down the street from the headquarters, and then if you look in Warren, we're developing Warren, Michigan, which is right up the street. We're really developing all of our new battery chemistry and our new technology with electric motors, and the whole EV platforms we'll be introducing here next year in this plant.
So give us a sense, Mark, of when you will be actually rolling those electric vehicles off the assembly line in Hamtramck, and what's the first one going to be? Is it going to be that electric Hummer that we've heard talk about?
Well, there's been a lot of speculation and rumors on that, David, but I think you should watch the Super Bowl, and maybe you'll find out a little bit more about that. But the first vehicle here, which is our battery electric truck, will be produced late next year. So we're on a very fast timeline. We have been. Our battery chemistries are ready. We announced a joint venture in manufacturing here in Ohio, which will be some of the cell production for that. And then in Brownstown here as well, where we do some of our batteries for our electric products. So it's really, we're creating, again, a very high-tech scenario for the Midwest and here in Michigan and in Ohio. And, we've invested billions of dollars, probably $29 billion since 2009. And that's a lot of money back into America, and we're just going to keep doing that. So it's very exciting for us.
How many different types of vehicles will you be making in your new electric vehicle facility there in Hamtramck?
Yeah, we haven't announced that yet, but I can tell you this. It will be multiple brands, multiple styles of trucks. So not only pickup trucks, so there'll be SUVs. And then, finally, we'll have our Cruise Origin, which will be our autonomous vehicle for rideshare. And, it's really going to be something that is both ends of the spectrum in both, the highest technology available in autonomous vehicles, but also our mainstream conversion to electric trucks and electric crossovers and electric cars. So, we've designed and been designing a very broad portfolio over the last 3 or 4 years, and now we're ready to go. So it's very exciting for everybody. We're vertically integrating our electric motors, our software controls, the batteries themselves, and we're doing that on a global basis. So we've got to have a footprint and a volume footprint that we get scale.
So, Mark, we did see the announcement about the Cruise Origin. Now we know, thanks to you, where you're going to be making it. When will you first be making Cruise Origin? When will you first see those in the marketplace?
Actually, the Cruise Origin won't be a retail vehicle when it goes into production. It'll be very different. We'll put those into our rideshare fleets, and as you know, the progress that we have in San Francisco, which is the toughest driving environment in the universe, has been dramatic. So our Cruise team, Dan Ammon and Kyle Vaught and Daniel, they are. We were just out there looking at the progress, and it's going really well. So we have to be safer than a human driver, and that's the goal, and that's what the goal is. So when that happens, we'll be ready with a fully integrated vehicle with our partner on Honda with that vehicle. So this is a very big play for us, and again, it won't start as retail. Maybe at some point it is, but it'll be really serving our customers in rideshare fleets that solve the urban congestion and crash problem and emissions problem with an all-electric autonomous vehicle. So that's where you'll see it first.
And finally, Mark, we're very mindful of what's going on in China right now, this real crisis with the coronavirus. We know General Motors has a very substantial operation in China. How is it affecting your operation? How is it affecting your employees, your people?
Well, honestly, this is just unfolding right now, David. I got to say that. So, I can't have a definitive answer for you. But, I think General Motors and its employees and all the care that we have for our employees, both from a medical and travel standpoint, is fully in place. And so we're watching it very carefully. But we do have a great workforce and a great global presence in China. And, we're just watching it very carefully at this point.
And of course, the first and foremost in our minds is the safety of the people in China, your employees and other people living in China. But also, the business and the economy is not far behind. Have you got any sense of how it might affect what has already been a somewhat soft market over there for you?
It is softened. I mean, they're still looking at 6% plus on a GDP basis, and the volume piece of this is different. But I got to say, in pockets like luxury cars, where we do extremely well with Cadillac, with the Cadillacs that are built in China, that are sold in China, that's a growing part of the market. So there's pockets of growth, but yeah, the market's moderating a little bit. But on a total country basis, this is still a very large market, and there's still growth left in it for sure. So we're watching it very carefully, but we have a pretty good agile manufacturing system that meets matches supply and demand. So we're doing that, and we'll continue to do that. So we've been through plenty of ups and downs as a company over our history, and we know how to manage it, and we'll continue doing that in a very intelligent way.